what I look like before.
That's me. I was at just about 151 pounds here, and I'm 6'1". So as you can see, I'm pretty fucking skinny. I've had this skinny frame my whole entire life. I used to be even skinnier back in the day, if you could believe that. But when I was 17, I decided to make a change. I lifted a bunch, did an intense ass bulk, and made some decent gains. But after that, I never really made much progress. I started off at 130, and by the end of my bulk, I ended up at about 150 and 155. But after that, I really never made much progress. I stayed at the same weight of about 150 to 155 for the next few years. I'd go through phases where I'd lift a bunch, put on some extra muscle, but inevitably I'd lose focus and weightlifting would take a back seat in my life. Slowly but surely, after every phase of lifting and packing on a few pounds of muscle, my hard-fought gains would be lost. But once 2020 rolled around, I wanted to hit the gym again with a new sense of focus. I was tired of going to the gym hard for a few months only to lose it all shortly after. This time, I was determined to keep the gains I put on. I had been so focused working on my businesses that I had put off lifting quite a bit, and even worse, I was just coming off a stomach bug and I had lost some weight, so I was starting to look skinnier than usual. I made a promise. I'd give myself 60 days to pack on as much lean muscle as possible, hoping to put on at least 10 pounds by the end of the 60 days. I got to work.
So we're about just under 20 days into the 60 days, and honestly, the hardest part has not even been going to the gym. The hardest part has been fucking eating enough to gain weight to meet my goals. Because just take a look. I have to eat these huge meals that take up more space than the plate, and it's a fucking chore to eat that much. It's a huge chore to be eating this much. I also only eat maybe 2 meals a day, sometimes just one, super high calorie meals just out of convenience because I'd rather work during the day or do other things. It's massively inconvenient to stop and eat. And I also like to fast, so it's easier to sit down and eat like a huge, full, satisfying meal as opposed to just eating 6 small meals a day like normal people do when they lift and do a regimen like this.
Within 4 weeks, I had already put on 5 pounds and was already starting to fill out my skinny boy frame. I got up to a fasted weight of about 155 to 156, and I was feeling stronger and more focused on my fitness goals than ever. But of course, luck wasn't on my side. COVID hit and I left my apartment in LA for the East Coast, leaving my amazing apartment gym behind and all the gains that were to come. With the pandemic craziness, I didn't lift the first few weeks I was back. I barely had any gym equipment at my place on the East Coast, and I was busy rearranging my life back home. Fitness was slowly starting to take a back seat again. But then something changed. I was laying in bed one morning in quarantine and had a sudden realization. I realized that if I didn't prioritize my fitness goals now, then I'd never get where I wanted to be. In fact, I realized that there was no better time to achieve my fitness goals because now I quite literally had all the time in the world. So I made a decision. I decided that no matter what, I was going to come out of this pandemic stronger and bigger than I ever had been in my entire life. My physique that I had neglected for so long would become a core focus of my life again. It didn't matter if I had equipment or not. I was going to make do with what I had and take my body to the next level. So I got to work. to today, and this is me walking around at 165 pounds, and I'm feeling better than I have in a really, really long time. This is by far the biggest my physique has ever been, and I honestly could not be happier. Now, I'm definitely not at my ideal goal, but considering I did this through mostly bodyweight training exercises and limited access to weights, this is honestly a win in my book. I'm by no means the biggest guy, and I'm not going to start giving fitness advice now, but I do feel like these 10 pounds really did a lot for me personally in terms of filling out my skinny, scrawny looking frame. I worked my way up to 160 with nothing but bodyweight exercises and 20-pound dumbbells over quarantine. The recent addition of some adjustable weights to my routine have been a huge game changer for my strength and gains, and helped me shoot up to 165 pretty fast, way faster than I thought I could. Now, obviously the 60-day challenge that I had set for myself in the beginning of the year was a failure. I definitely didn't get to my goal within the 60 days because life and COVID happened, but honestly, I'm okay with it. It's better late than never, and right now, I don't see any sign of me stopping anytime soon. The most important thing I learned through this failed 60-day challenge is this: fitness and health is a marathon, not a sprint. As long as you're trending in the right direction, over time, you'll get to where you want to be. It took me a while. The conditions for putting on muscle were as non-ideal as possible without access to a gym or all the food I usually had, but I still managed to do it. It took longer, but I still did it. I know that if I keep trending in the right direction, I will eventually get to where I want to be physically, but honestly, at this point, I don't even know what weight that will be. Maybe it's 170, maybe it's 180, maybe it's more than that. Maybe I hang around here at 165 a little bit more. Who really knows? It's funny because when I first started this 60-day challenge, I pinned a tweet to my Twitter profile showing that Trunks from Dragon Ball Z in the BoJack movie is my physique goals, and I think that's probably still my physique goals, so I think I probably got to get to at least 180 to get there. But again, I didn't think I'd look like this at 165. I honestly thought I'd look a little bit bigger, but I mean, once the weight starts coming on, it comes on faster than you think, and you kind of don't have a great idea of how you're gonna look. I imagine once I get myself back in an MMA gym and I'm doing my Taekwondo kicks and getting back to grappling again, I'll have a good sense of how heavy I'd like to be. But for right now, I'm enjoying the ride and the foundation that fitness is playing in my life right now. Now, you may be wondering, why did I want to do this challenge to begin with? Why did I bother? Why do I want a solid physique? And I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. It's because I want to have a backup plan, a safety net. I want to know that no matter what happens, even if all my businesses fail, even if I fail, I'll still look good enough without my shirt so that a rich 50-year-old MILF housewife will take care of me and pay for my lifestyle. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, there was just no better time in my life than now to get in shape. I'm only 23. I won't have this young, almost invincible body and recovery time forever. And it'd be a hell of a lot easier to get in shape now and just maintain it into adulthood rather than trying to get jacked when I'm 40 and years out of shape. And the majority of you guys watching this at home are on the younger side as well. So to you, I say, don't make the same mistakes I did of putting fitness off to the side or only half-assing it, only doing it sometimes, because you're gonna regret all the time that you wasted, just like I do. And something that I've really been thinking a lot about lately is that you won't stay young forever, and you don't have all the time in the world. And the benefits of being in insane shape speak for themselves, honestly. Like, as men, we shouldn't need a lot of convincing to realize how fucking awesome it would be to be in the best shape that you possibly can. And now I feel like I'm just a little bit closer to getting to the ideal physique and weight that I'd like to be at. So if you made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. I haven't really talked too much about fitness on my channel that much, just because I've always had this sort of on again, off again relationship with the gains. But now that the gains are coming in full force and it's a core aspect of my life now, let me know if you want me to share a little bit more of it. Again, I do not want to share fitness tips because I am one of the least qualified people on the internet to get fitness tips from. If you guys like this, then make sure to follow me on Instagram. If you were following me on Instagram, you would have been following along with this fitness journey all along. So go follow me on Instagram at Benjamin Seda. I post a lot of fashion, lifestyle, a lot more fun stuff on there. Now, if you'd like to keep up with what I'm learning and what I'm doing each and every week, then I highly suggest you check out my newsletter, Favorite Finds Friday, which is a short, no fluff email containing all of my favorite finds of the week. It's super short. It's only a few links to my favorite song of the week, the quotes I'm thinking about, the books or the essays I'm reading, the products I'm using, you know, what new fitness hack or what new fitness routine or what new productivity tools and hacks I'm using. I highly suggest you check out the newsletter. The engagement and the open rate on it is insane, and a lot of you guys who are subscribed really, really love it. So I highly recommend you guys check that out, and let's chat in the comments. Let's hang out. I'll see you guys very soon. I gotta film another video for you guys because we're posting. We're gonna try to post twice a week now.
we'll see how we go, but I'm gonna go film that second video for you guys now. See you guys soon.